want. Welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Stacy. Here comes Doug now. What's up, babe?
Hello.
It's Douglas.
I'm coming.
We do not hate each other. Usually, sometimes, meh. And we do a nightly podcast Monday through Friday. We just try to bring people together, make people laugh. You never know what the fuck we're going to talk about. It will always be interesting, informative, amusing, annoying, and horrifying. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And if you are on Facebook or YouTube, you can comment in the live feed and people will interact with you. We bring your comments up on screen. Or if it's after the show, you can still comment. We'll come back and comment with you. The thing that's really the best thing about our show, like, yes, it's funny and ridiculous, but the best thing about our show is the haters, and especially the master haters. And here's one of them now. Tracy says, hi, peeps. So what's up, Trace? Yeah, we don't hate each other, but I have some stuff to talk about today. And also should be warning everyone. Perhaps you may tell from my eyes.
Could you try again?
Sorry, Siri, please stop. Okay. I am high. I was having a Lyme flare brought on by the new moon, no doubt.
Another migraine.
And I am high off my fucking ass, but I'm less high than I was 2 hours ago.
Well, I came into the living room.
Oh my God, I am so sorry for the people I talked to today.
Well, yeah. I was on a call for a potential project, and I had to stick my head out of my office. I'm like, excuse me, but could you take your conversation about butt plugs, flashing butt plugs into another room, because I can hear you in here on this call. So it's a little embarrassing.
Tracy says, I like your Hendrix shirt. That is to you. I bought him that 2 Christmases ago.
Because
Doug had a dream that I fucked Jimi Hendrix on the sofa. Which we missed so much, the orange sofa.
There's a leather.
Dude, that sofa, the only thing that would make that more...
Sofa.
The only thing that would make that sofa more legendary is me fucking Jimi Hendrix on it.
Yeah. I found out that I stayed in the same hotel as Jimi Hendrix within 2 years of him staying there. Same Holiday Inn.
Well, we when we win the lottery,
I may have ridden in the same.
When
elevator.
we win the lottery and we go to the Polynesian, we can stay in the same room as the Beatles.
So the Beatles broke up at the Polynesian in 1976 or 75. It's a little known fact. But John Lennon was on vacation at Disney at the Polynesian, and he actually signed the paperwork that dissolved the Beatles, because the other 3 met in an office somewhere. He was the last one to sign it, and it was in Disney in Orlando at the Polynesian. And some folks have looked to find out what room or what it was, but they think they remodeled it, so they think it's been
remodeled so many times.
The room might not be there, but they figured out what it is. So, anyways,
you think that they would charge a premium for that shit?
What's for that room? The Beatles breakup room.
Disney will
Risa is here.
Disney will profit off of anything. Okay, we're getting to Risa. Hello, Risa. Tracy says, "How is your head, Stacy?" It's slightly better than it was, but it's not good. But I'm very high, so I don't give a fuck. Thank you for asking. Anne says, hi, the way to be. Thank you. And I would, won't you play along with me if you are an adult in a legal state, and you have a medical card or something? I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Say hi to Tracy and Anne. They say hi to each other. See? Oh, Risa's here. Hello, Risa. And Tracy said, I did not know that about the Beatles.
A lot of people don't know that. Don't beat yourself up.
Yoko, was it? Maybe if it wasn't Yoko, maybe it was.
You know what it was?
Goofy.
It was. I could tell you the story.
Maybe it was Mickey Mouse. Maybe he's.
Well, I mean, they were breaking up anyway, but part of the big reason that they couldn't work together anymore was Alan Klein.
Oh, God.
Alan Klein was a manager. He was like a converted accountant.
Okay.
Anyways, and one of the reasons why the Beatles wanted him, and John in particular wanted him, is because he was Sam Cooke's manager. So he went from, I believe he went from Sam Cooke, and there's rumors that he might have something to do with Sam Cooke's murder and all this stuff. Anyway, I don't know how much that is, but like within 2 years of Sam being killed, all of the rights to Sam's stuff ended up, the catalog went to Alan. So it's a little fishy. Anyway, so Beatles signed him, and then the Stones signed him. And if Paul hadn't gone with the Eastmans, which was his wife Linda's in-laws, Klein would own the Beatles by now. So he died a few years ago, but would be an amazing movie about Alan Klein. But nobody knows if he was like evil or good. And
you could portray that on film.
He's a shyster, so it would be a great way to.
And if somebody's evil, you could make them seem good, and if somebody's good, you can make them seem evil. Look at the world around us. Trace said, "I did security at the Polynesian."
Oh, and you didn't even know that.
The Tongu toast.
On, you could have got me into that room.
The Tongu, is it Tongu toast?
The Tonga toast or whatever
Tonga
it was.
toast. Oh my god, that shit is amazing.
Good.
I'm going to read the description of Tonga toast for everyone, just because it's amazing.
Okay. You can read it and you'll sound very, very high.
It's okay, because I am very, very high. Tonga toast. They even tell you how to make this.
Oh, let's make
Tonga toast is served at the Kona Cafe at the Walt Disney World Resort, which last I knew was under construction. This Disney breakfast is legendary. Bananas, sourdough, and cinnamon sugar make the Tonga toast amazing.
It's about 4 inches thick.
I thought we had coconut on ours for some reason.
I don't think so.
The other place to get breakfast at Disney is the fucking Bomba Cafe in the Wilderness Lodge.
They have like African breakfasts, and it
so
was
good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
P.S. I'm going to Africa to watch Donna go on a fucking safari.
Yeah.
And then because I watched a video today of a safari where like a lion like literally crawled up and was like laying on its back in the middle of all the people like wanting to be pet and shit. I need to see that on Donna. Donna's like, I just freaked the fuck out about a bug. What do you think I'm gonna do to the fucking lion?
That damn thing.
She's so cute. I talked to her for a while today. I was so high. I feel so bad. The other night, the other night I took stuff. I was high weight into the next day. Did not realize I was not supposed to take a dropper full. Oh my god!
I don't think she's probably still feeling normal.
Oh my god! You're supposed to take like a pin drop.
Oh, that's
oh my lordy. Oh my god! I would have puked everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
I would have thought I was dying.
That wouldn't make the neighborhood.
Oh my god!
Spin.
Oh shit! Are you okay?
Yeah, did you make it? That's what happened to Hendrix. He took a dropper full.
And Risa said, I just had myself 50 milligrams peppermint patty and my Tibetan herbal chewable things that taste like dirty roots. I like dirty roots. I like dirty roots. And
that'd be a great name for a reggae band. Dirty Roots.
There's a band called Nappy Roots. They did that song.
Roots, but not Dirty Roots.
Was that like a Jimmy Kimmel spinoff or something?
No, that was the Roots play on Fallon, I think.
Oh, okay.
Fallon. Yeah.
I had some train wreck today. Again, it's one of my favorite trains. Although I hear that there's some new strains and that I might be interested in, but that's what I've got right now. So Trace says, I saw that video today. It was awesome. I want to play with large cats. Well, I think you can do that if you go check out the Tiger King or that bitch Carol fucking Baskin. By the way, she's in Tampa.
Tracy wants to play with pussies. Shocker.
Maybe the lions could get some sort of a flashing light and
I don't know. You're too high to make jokes.
I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be making jokes about epileptic lesbian bestiality and scissoring? I don't know. And is it cruel to give a mountain lion a butt plug that has a strobe light?
I'm not going near a mountain lion or a lion's.
Okay, but what if the lion wants what if the lion like walks into the sex store and it bats at the door and it's very friendly, and so some white lady, of course, because we're like, oh, here, kitty. It's like, oh, come on, you want to come on, little boy? And he goes over and he's like tappy, and he wants a butt plug and he's like trying to sit on it. That would be like a whole day of,
I don't even know how a cat.
That would be like a whole day.
I don't even know how a cat's butt works.
Can we just talk about the Animal Planet episode?
Come on,
hang on. You have to talk to me about the Animal Planet episode where just listen to me. The whole episode is the cat trying to get the butt plug up its own butt, much like on Breaking Bad, the episode where they spend the entire time trying to kill the fly. That's your favorite episode.
It is my favorite episode.
I'm saying it would be your favorite episode.
So she took 165 milligrams. Is that a lot?
I don't really. That's an insane amount.
Because Ann and Tracy seem to think so.
I buy it's a tremendous amount. I buy my cannabis oil 1 gram at a time, and I take so a gram, it's like this big, like if you like almost like half the size of a pencil, and half the size and width of the pencil, and so that'll last me like 2 months, like
for a while,
$45. Like I spend maybe $400 a year on cannabis, and I give away a lot to, like, if people are having chronic health issues and they've never tried it and they want to see what it's like, I've given it to them. And I don't know, I just feel like we have an obligation to help one another, especially when it comes to healing, and especially with chronic illnesses, because people feel so alone. I have some information about that today. Risa says, holy crap farts, crap tarts. Glad you are okay.
Crap farts is funnier.
I think you deserve a Snoop badge or something. I'm a little worried about her. Todd says, just tell the lion to assume the position and watch what happens. And Tracy does. She sure does, Risa. Yeah. Oh. And Ann says, way over the limit. My legs finally touched the ground today. I don't even know. How do you pee?
I don't even know.
Oh my God, you poor thing. I'm this high from a drop of cannabis, and I've been using it daily. Well, not always daily, but for 8 years now. Some days I've taken it 3 times, some days 2, 1, some days 0. Sometimes I've vaped it. But it's been 8 years, and I still take a pin drop, and I'm fucked up. But I also try really hard not to take it. As a matter of fact, today I actually took a leave before I took cannabis oil. But I did feel a lot better. Actually, this is what I wanted to talk about. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about, but this is one of them. Was that I had kind of a breakthrough today. I've been doing a lot better health-wise. I'm not healed by any stretch of the imagination, but when I do try to do something, I can do it for longer. What are you doing?
I'm using this as a paddle.
I'm going to use it as a paddle on his baby butt later.
Yeah, baby.
Your butt
I'll pretend to be the lion, then you pat on my lion butt.
Why would I paddle a lion's butt?
I don't know.
We're still on the lion trying to put the butt plug up its ass.
I don't want that.
It doesn't want to be paddled on the ass. It wants a butt plug.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know. What if it got like paddled on the ass with a butt plug in?
I'm not paddling any wild animal.
Like hammering it in?
I'm not paddling. I'm not doing anything dangerous to a wild animal.
Okay, so I have something horrifying to say. My husband has put his dick in my butt. And when he
not today.
No, not today. But you remember those toys that children have where you have the different shaped pegs, their nails, and you pound them in? That's what it feels like when you put your dick in my butt. Am I the only one, ladies?
You may be. Hi, kids.
Oh God, I forgot. Sorry, I'm the worst.
You're kind of too high to be on.
Okay, hang on. So back to my Lyme treatment.
Okay, go back to your Lyme.
So I was just, I am not. Daniel says lucky guy. Leave it to Daniel.
I thought it said lucky gal. That's why I was laughing.
We're both lucky.
Okay, excellent. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed this, but I have a bunch of actual mosquito bites, I think, from last night's show.
Well, we should be running the bubble machine. I put the batteries in it, but it's not screwed yet.
Oh, it's not screwed.
Yeah. So help me, Rhonda. Okay.
That's my wife.
Why? Because I said Rhonda?
No. It said.
Oh, go ahead, Doug. That's my wife. Yeah. No, a lot of people are. Yeah. He does say it. It's his line. Okay. So this was my thing. Today, I had kind of a breakthrough in terms of Lyme treatment. So right now, I'm having a flare, as are many people I know that are in the chronic illness community. I believe we all have some level of parasites. Daniel says, go Doug. And so anyway, I want to just run through this as quickly as I can. So I'm making a lot of progress. I'm not healthy, but when I want to do something, I can more often do it. If I want to do something, I have more stamina to do it. And I also have the belief that I can do a lot more than I could do. And I'm getting really good at pacing myself. Like, I'm like, okay, today's going to have to be a rough day, or today I have to rest, or today I have to push myself. I've really struck that balance.
It's called listening to your body.
After almost 10 years, by the way, of this bullshit. Well, I mean, it was 10 years at this point, but I hadn't been diagnosed yet. So what I've been doing, and I'm going to tell you what I've been doing, and I'm going to tell you what happened today. So I have been, we've been eating primarily no carb or very, very low carb. So we have like a cheat a week maybe, where we'll have like a piece of bread or like a sweet of some sort. We had flourless chocolate cake this week, and then we had bread today, which is like a really splurgy week for us. But other than that, we're eating like protein, lots of vegetables, green juices. Our diet's really great. And we're both drinking a shitload of water and doing Celtic salt. And Doug's doing cayenne pepper. I also do cayenne, which this is not low carb, but the cayenne pepper maple syrup lemonade, which is alkalizing, anti-inflammatory, and gives you your minerals and magnesium, or some of your minerals and magnesium. We've both been meditating. We've both been doing Wim Hof, although we've missed Wim Hof today. Shame on us. You're not fully in. And Wim Hof, I journal, I pray, I read, I meditate, I do gratitude, I send love. I've been doing yin yoga, reading for 20 minutes, although I didn't do that today. Biomat, swimming. So yin yoga for a half hour, swimming for at least a half hour. Podcast, which is kind of like my social connection. I've been making a point of connecting with people socially. I've been getting out almost every day because I drive my neighbor to work. So I get to go out in my Jeep and rock out to my tunes. And then the thing that I added recently, and I'm muscle testing my supplements every morning. I'm taking about 10 different supplements right now, and my dosage every day is determined by my body. So I use kinesiology to test that. I'm sure any medical doctor would tell you not to do that, but it's working for me. You should definitely consult your local healthcare authority, blah, 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 call somebody. But I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. We don't have any chemicals in our home. Like our wildest chemical is like doTERRA laundry detergent and the borax that I've been taking a bath in. So I took a bath, and this is the second time. So I took a bath in Epsom salts, baking soda, and borax. Of course, you could just buy regular boron, which is a trace mineral that we're missing today. So I put those in the bathtub, and then I drank an Alka-Seltzer Gold. I would encourage you to not buy the Alka-Seltzer Gold and to make your own. And we really should be making our own, because it would save us a fortune, and we would know what's in it.
I didn't think that Alka-Seltzer Gold was a line item.
Well, the biggest item is that it's made by, it is a line item on for detox protocol, because it alkalizes your stomach.
No, I knew that, but
I think it's
a budgetary concern.
Well, it's not really. It is a budgetary concern, because I should be taking a lot more, and I don't, because it's expensive. 1, 2, I don't want to support a pharmaceutical company. And I really don't want to do it. We can put ingredients in that we know what they are, and it's not hard to make. It's like literally like put some salt and some citric acid and a little baking soda and shake it all up.
But the baking soda, we can't find a good one.
We can find
the
a
Red
good
Mill thing, but we're not even sure if that's very clean.
Well, the Red Mill is the aluminum free. Last I checked, if I was using it more often, I would, and I should just order it online in bulk. And we can do that. So there's that. I like your little feet.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think Alka-Seltzer Gold is an unheralded cure-all, much like Montelaurin. Yeah, if you drink too much, before you go to bed, drink one of those, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, alcohol if you have an upset stomach, but if you're having parasite flare or you have bloating or anything like that, it really does help. And but like I said, make your own. Don't buy it, because if you have to buy it, buy it. But like if you're going to use it regularly, which I think most people would benefit from, and you don't taste anything, by the way. It just tastes like kind of
like nothing,
flat Fresca kind of thing. Like it's not like, it's like nothing. It's like, or no, flat seltzer is what it tastes like.
It's like chalk water.
It's
No,
not,
you don't really
no, it's
taste
not
it,
even
no.
like chalk water.
You don't taste
But
it. I actually don't
and
mind it.
some
I
people
don't
put
think
it
it's
in with
terrible.
like lemonade or like
Look at him.
lemon water. Yeah, I think that's a gecko. The ones that are fast are usually the geckos.
I don't know that.
So anyway, that's
was
what I
moving.
would do. So today, I have been feeling, so of course your lymphatic system is helped by drinking lemon water, which I do every day. It's helped by sauna or biomat, which I do every day, although I should be doing the sauna. I've just been having trouble breathing. It's helped by swimming, which I do every day. It's helped by certain foods and certain supplements, all of which I'm doing. It helps with lymphatic massage, which I've been doing to myself. And then, of course, the borax and boron, and combined with the Alka-Seltzer Gold. I have felt, first today, I felt like a faucet turning on. Always like faucet on, faucet off, faucet on, faucet off. And just like I'm draining, and I feel the puffiness moving through my body. And then now it's gotten to the point where my lymphatic system is draining so much, it feels like I'm a sea sponge that is drenched and somebody is wringing me out. It's the weirdest thing.
You need a good wringing.
And then, of course, after the bath, I ran to the bathroom and took a massive poop, and there was like little pieces in it, and I think that it was a parasite dump. And I've also been dealing with some emotional stuff. So it's really interesting. The one thing I've told people, oh, sorry, I'm so itchy. There doesn't seem to be any one solution for Lyme disease. It seems to be that you have to do a combination of things and find what's right for your body. For me, the pharmaceuticals only made me sicker. I think maybe they can help if you have an acute case. But in the long run, if you take the long-term antibiotics, I think, and I say this from personal experience because I was a pro long-term antibiotics person, I fought for legislation for it. What I believe is that you have to support your immune system. And if you do these heavy dose antibiotics, you're killing off your gut bacteria. And that's why I take a probiotic. We eat homemade yogurt. Sometimes we do sauerkraut. I've even done vinegar. But because we want to have that healthy gut bacteria. So I take a probiotic, and I use a probiotic powder or chew in the morning. We did do the probiotic toothpaste for a while, but we had trouble finding it. So anyway, people have stuff to say. Let's see what's what.
Darlene is
we'll
celebrating.
Get to Darlene. The boron mine is out of Edwards Air Force Base in the Mojave Desert.
Learn more about the boron mines at your local library, Daniel.
I want to learn more about the local boron mines. That sounds interesting.
That's a good fact, though.
Darlene says this is great news. It's been a rough go. I almost didn't make it through this year. I am flaring at the moment because of the new moon, but I'm feeling better than I have in a lot of ways. So I've just been having to nap every day. I've had to nap for like 2 hours, and then since Saturday I had a big flare. I couldn't function. Sunday I was great. Monday I was good. Yesterday I was tired. Today I'm tired.
You know who else is having a flare?
Monday
that bird that's in that tree right there.
I think I slept Monday too. Did I take a nap on Monday?
Yesterday, Monday. Yeah, you probably did.
Today. Oh, okay, yeah. So Monday I took a nap, and today I'm gonna take a nap. Or I took a nap. And Rita says you pooped. Congratulations! It was a very big deal, but it was not a flattering texture. It was like
flattering texture.
It looked like chocolate covered cornflakes. The birds think I'm hilarious.
Easy there, Flair.
What do you mean, Flair? Why
I nicknamed the bird Flair because he's having a flare up there.
Okay. Well, there you have it. So that's what I think it's got to be. If you're going to treat Lyme, it's got to be a combination of things, and I wouldn't trust just antibiotics.
I think you will.
I wouldn't do
with
antibiotics.
Lyme. You have to just sort of strike a balance, like you're saying, like just do.
But it's more than striking a balance. You have to be spinning the fucking plates.
No, I absolutely. That's how you do it.
If you don't do the diet, you're fucked. If you're not doing something to alkalize the body, reduce inflammation, and get your detox pathways open, you're fucked. You have parasites, you're fucked. You have Epstein-Barr, you're fucked. You have mineral deficiencies, you're fucked. Like, you have to get it all together. And I think that's true for cancer patients as well, and anybody with a chronic illness. And you know, it's tough because it's like I see people, you know, going through something, and all I want to do is save them from being, you know, harmed. And obviously, like, you can't, but it's so hard for me to keep my fucking mouth shut, especially when I have friends that are doing traditional medical things, and I know that there's going to be long-term ramifications. I'm like, and I'm like, well, blah, blah, blah is an option. And like, I just always try to, tell them that they have options because they're not told about them. And, it's interesting because I was talking to a good friend of mine today who happens to be a doctor.
Like a doctor.
Chiropractor.
Like a school doctor.
Doctor. She's a doctor. Is her name, doctor. And she's recently had 2 interactions with medical professionals, whereas medical professional is a term I use loosely, where she's asked them questions and they've gotten really upset because how dare you ask them a question? They're a doctor, they're infallible. Or a dentist, a dentist's assistant. How dare you question the dentist's assistant?
Well, there could be other factors involved, right? They don't have a lot of time for your goddamn questions.
I don't care.
They're running around.
They're actually required by law.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying.
But they are required by law to give informed consent. And this is people's health. And it's a very serious job. We're not talking about a checker at Target. And it's the medical facility that is making a small fucking fortune. It's their responsibility to make sure they are properly staffed. And if you can't take on the patients, you don't take them on.
If you can't take the heat, you what? You get out of the kitchen.
Patients over profits, motherfuckers. But, wait, we don't see a lot of that. But we have seen doctors who will take all the time in the world with you. For example, Dr. Dustin Sulak was fantastic. Dr. Arthur Gertler, Dr. Christopher Pichet. These are all doctors that will spend time with you, that are good doctors that actually listen. Will they be able to help everybody all of the time? Nope. But they're the first fucking people to tell you that. And that's what makes them good doctors, I think. If you have a doctor that you recommend, say their name. Let's send them some business.
Say their name. And
it's so funny because I think a lot of people are resistant to give out a doctor's name, because what happens is you've given out this doctor's name and then you can't get in with them. Or what we've seen a lot, particularly in the Lyme community, is that people get famous and then they suddenly don't have time for their patients, or they double and triple their prices, or they're more interested,
or they go concierge patient.
They go concierge patient situation. Or they go do speaking things. Like, it shouldn't be that you have to be fucking wealthy to be healthy. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow, that rhymes. You should write emails for a living.
Health over wealth, baby. Like, that's, I don't know. I like when someone needs something from me, much less a health thing, like, I can't help but feel like it's my responsibility as another human being to help them. And the thing that I'm realizing recently, and I'm working on, is realizing that not everybody wants help, A, and B, that you shouldn't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves, because then you're enabling them. And, love doesn't always feel good. Sometimes love is kicking somebody's ass. Which nobody has anything to say tonight, so maybe I'm just being annoying. There are 4 people watching.
You are running. You're running on a tangent.
That's what I do. I do that anyway, but I'm especially high. Thank you, Donna and Christina, for putting up with me today. I was a high pain in the ass.
We have a comment.
Oh,
Darlene, spinning plates, yes, and learning that we chronic illness folks need to heal our traumas also. There is something that all great Lyme practitioners are talking about and realizing. Yes,
absolutely. And it's something I've been working on, and it's something we talked about on the podcast the other night. So one of the things that's, I don't know how to pull that off. What did I forget? Oh, I totally forgot how to work the podcast.
Well, it was a long comment.
So I know, but I forgot where to shut it off. I agree with you about the trauma. One of the things I've talked about recently on the podcast is my own trauma. I was in an abusive relationship. I had my family basically turn around and supported that person. My children don't talk to me. Like, I have a lot of stuff that's been very traumatic for me. I was diagnosed with PTSD. I guess they would call it CPTSD now. Who the fuck knows? I had a childhood full of traumas. And the biggest resounding fact was feeling like I wasn't wanted, which I knew was clear. And that I had basically been like, nobody ever wanted me around is how I saw it. I thought something was wrong with me. And then I realized recently, like, and it was funny because the night before, I think it was Thursday, or no, maybe, what night was it? It must have been Friday night.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Friday night, I was going like this because I had seen this Reiki thing where this woman was like, scoop out the negative people from your chest. And I did this, and it was really hard, and I got super nauseous. I'm literally just going like this with my hand, pulling out energy from my chest, and I was getting really, really nauseous. And so what I did was that night or the next morning, like when I woke up, I had this epiphany that there are people in this world that you can be really good to, or that I was really good to, who will throw you out like garbage. And that's fucking on them. That's on them. That's their fucking loss. That's on them. And listen, I have a lot of people that don't talk to me that have hurt me very deeply. And I would be willing to, I certainly would love to know what I did to her to make them hate me so much. But more importantly, I open, the doors open for communication.
But be that as it may, right? It still feels crappy when it happens.
No, but what my point is that I would be there open for that. But at the same time, like, it's really important for me and for where I'm at in my life to have my voice be heard. And if I can't have my voice be heard, there's no relationship to be had. If you do not have a voice in a situation, you're a hostage. And I, what I have been through in the last 10 years has been, actually in the last 47 years, has been absolutely horrific.
Wait, you're 47?
Yes, I am.
Ooh,
and that's not to say that I have it worse than anybody else.
Trade this one in.
There's always shut up. There's always somebody who has it worse.
Galliana.
Oh my God. There's always somebody who has it worse than you. There's always somebody who has it better than you. I know that I've been through some shit, and it's not been okay. And but you know what? I'm not gonna let it keep me from living life now. So I'm doing everything I can, and I feel really good about where I'm at. And ever since then, I don't have anything to scoop out. I've been feeling really great. And just been in a good place. Although I've had some weird dreams lately that made no sense.
I've had some crazy dreams too.
Did you have a crazy dream?
Yeah, I have been having these weird dreams. Like I work at a place and I didn't do my work or something. It's very strange. I don't know.
Oh, you having stressed out dreams about work? Shocker.
Yeah, crazy stressed out dreams.
Doug is always so stressed out about work. And you're coming up on a very happy anniversary.
I have an anniversary coming up. Yep.
Would you like to share with the rest of the class what your anniversary is?
1 year since some guy that I never met told me that I was no longer needed. My position was being eliminated from a company that I had worked for 6.5 years.
And they
helped make a lot of money.
Needed staff. They were like,
oh my God. Yeah, it was just silly. So like, you can't take it. Like I've had other times where, like they cut your job, or whatever. You take it personally because like, oh, I'm better than this person, whatever. But by now it's like, you know what? It was a numbers game. That guy, the guy that never met me, that eliminated my position.
He's bad.
He got let go as well as most of the inner circle of the CEO, all this stuff. So it was kind of messed up, but like, so it had no reflection on me. So I didn't feel bad about that. But what I did feel bad about is the trickle down theory of how it affects, my family, our plans for, this, that, and the other thing, in general. Right. So when you're hearing this news, you're kind of like, oh, great. Here comes, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to update my resume. I got to create a website. I got to do this. I got to learn skills, whatever. But what I thought about was like those kind of trickle down things, like how it affects the family. And like, there were things that kind of spun out of that were bad, but also good, right? They brought some things to light, things like that. But at the same time, it was like, you can't even imagine how like something like that is going to affect anybody. And just on like somebody, like they didn't know me, they didn't know my character, they didn't know my worth, whatever. Like to let that kind of thing have that much power over your life is really kind of sad, really, like in a weird way. But in essence, right, it's up to me to go and figure it out, figure out how to make a living, figure out how to support my family, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't blame any one person, but I think that there's probably such a cavalier attitude into like, oh, we have to cut this, right? That they don't think
meet
about
their budget. They don't think about the human aspect and the human, and you don't think about like, how that company wouldn't be where it was without the people that got it there. And, anybody who worked there, particularly the C-level executives, would argue that they wouldn't be where they were without your contribution.
Well, no, and I feel good about all of it. I feel good about the family that we sort of put together.
Yay, of coworkers. Tracy and Becky, and you still talk to some of the girls.
Yeah,
and
all the sales guys. And as a matter of fact, two of the sales guys have hooked me up with some really good leads on companies and jobs and things like that. So, and one I had a meeting on today, and it was fantastic. So, it was very similar to the last company I worked for. So anyway, I wanted to write an essay about like when you're pulled into a meeting and that HR woman is there, or what, like in this case, and like, you're getting fired, right? But you have to kind of like go along, and then you have to be like, professional about, well, we have your separation package, and if you have any questions, like, you know what, I have a question, shove it up your ass, lady. Anyway, but no, I wanted to like write an essay about that because like I know a lot of people go through this stuff, and it's like almost like a thing to
especially in your industry, it's really common to hire a freelancer on its full time or just a freelancer and throw many of them instead of hiring an agency, which is going to charge you 10 times the price. And because they're disposable to you, they throw you out like trash. Oh, we have that in common.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yay! I would like to have wealth in common: wealth, health, and big dicks. I don't know what I would do with the big. Oh no, I don't want you to have a big dick.
Don't know.
Never mind.
Like you don't want me to have a big dick?
Trees.
That's nice.
Darlene, no, your dick is perfect just the way it is. Darlene says they're lost. Good luck. Thank you. And I love the work family we made. I walked away because of them forgetting I was a human being in this process.
That happened a lot as well. So
the bigger a corporation gets, the more that happens. And there's an expression my uncle used to say: to a corporation, you are a number, a necessary evil, and you cannot ever forget that. And unfortunately, that can also be true with small family-owned businesses. I'm a big advocate of entrepreneurship, if for no other reason than the tax benefits. And fuck big businesses. What do they do for any of us?
My thing with like a bigger organization
so true.
Is that you make less of an impact. So like, and I was thinking about it today.
Well, and it moves like the fucking Titanic.
Well, I was talking to somebody today, and I was like talking about the fact that, I've had been working on a project or two, and like you just feel like you're impacting something, and you feel like you have worth, right? And I certainly feel that way when the boys come to visit. Like I find that like I have worth as a father, right? Like I have worth as a human being, I have worth as a husband, that kind of thing. But like I think when you don't have your bread and butter job to like do and help and whatever, it's like you start to miss that feeling of worth. So when I've worked for big organizations, and some, it depends on where you are in a big organization, but a lot of times in a big organization, you're not making wholesale changes or wholesale impact. You're making like gradual improvement. And sometimes that isn't as satisfying for me, being a creative, with this need to constantly come up with the big idea or come up with something that like somebody hasn't thought of and that kind of thing. So maybe not for me, but like some folks, I'm sure, like, if you're in, I don't know, if you're in finance or some sort of legal compliance or something like that, I think that, that's sort of the name of the game. And that's why I don't work in those fields. But anyways, that's my take.
Do you really want to work in a, do you really want to work in a field?
In a field, out here in the field, boom, 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 my mom. I did watch a nice thing. It was from about 20 years ago. Pete Townsend did like an acoustics performance of his album that never really this rock opera he had, was called Lifehouse, which most of the songs came to be Who's Next, like Teenage Wasteland, Barbara Riley, all that stuff, all the stuff that Anyways, it was fantastic. He had backup singers, he had string players, he had horn players. It was fantastic. And as this whole songwriting thing this week, I'm thinking like,
oh my God,
that guy came up with that. Like that guy came up with songs that are just like part of the world, right? Like think of the Pete Townsend from the Who. Like you had like Teenage Wasteland. Can you imagine like growing up without that song, or like being in the world without Jumpin' Jack Flash, for instance, or any of the like Hey Jude or any of that stuff?
I'm from a different generation than you.
So Stacy's Mom would be good, or that that Foo Fighters song about the monkey wrench. No. Well, yeah, I mean, sure.
Please,
but
you fucked up my whole generation. The worst songs you could possibly
what is the best song from your generation?
I don't know, but it's not those.
It's not that Counting Crows thing with the cats.
But people would tell you that's a song that they remember.
Oh no, you can remember it.
Good luck. I mean, that was like when Friends first fucking got big, and I don't know. Tracy says, "I love that work family that we made." Oh, yeah. She says, "So true." Darlene says, "OMG, no, I don't know what we're talking."
We were talking about the songs, like without like.
Oh, and not without Hey Jude. It is a good song.
And one thing I was thinking about the other day was that I was old. I remember I was very young. I was maybe 4 or 5 when I went with my brothers and my mom probably. We went to Grant's. I don't know if any remembers a store called Grant's. It was like kind of a war situation. And we had to ask the guy for singles, right? Because he had to unlock the thing and get it and get
Single
the sleeve. Single 45 records. And I remember the last time we went to the store and my brother bought the last Beatles single ever issued. And the guy reached in and got the single, and we were looking at like the picture of the Beatles on there, and it was, I believe it was Long and Winding Road. But I remember that as the last, like Beatle record. So I went back and I was thinking, what must it have been like to like put on Revolver or Sgt. Pepper or the White Album? Imagine listening to the White Album for the first time as it came out, like this. Like I just remember it always being existing, right? Because what was I, 2, 3 when it came out? I can't imagine putting that on. And so for me, I remember the first time I listened to the last 3 Clash albums. I remember where I was. I remember my reaction to this song or that song. And a lot of the fans of that band it always existed because they were born after those albums came out. So anyways, I don't know. I don't know why I go on these tirades, but think about any of your favorite album. Imagine like listening to that when it came out and you're like, oh crap, this is really good. I don't know if you ever had that. Like even now, it's like, people put out records or whatever, but hopefully when you hear my record, you'll say, wow, that's really good. So
it is really good.
So,
although he's giving me a hard time about sharing it with people, and it's really annoying me. I like kicking.
Yeah, please stop, please.
Would you like anal stimulation with my toe?
No, I don't want that. I'm trying to talk.
See, now you know how I feel about the hammering in my butthole. Trace says Teenage Wasteland is one of my all-time favorite songs. Darlene says Lord loved Grant's. Wow, I know I have thought about that.
The Grant's
reading's hard.
Grant's was amazing. I mean, actually Grant's was around for a little while in the early like 71, 72, even after we moved to Worcester. So
do you guys have Edgar's?
No, we had 2 guys in New York. There was 2 guys.
My grandmother used to go to Edgar's in the Swansea Mall, and I would get lost, probably on purpose.
There was a store in Rochester or Greece where we used to go. It was called 2 Guys. The reason I liked it, in the back there was like a little like area, like it was a couple steps
Which
down.
guy brought the peanuts?
What are you talking about?
5 Guys, peanuts.
This is 2 guys.
I know. Then they got 3 more guys.
Well, go ahead. We have comments.
No, I'm listening.
Anyways, in the back of 2 Guys was an arcade that was like, and the cool thing about the arcade is they had this like mini, like these little mini bowling alleys that like, it wasn't like a tabletop thing, but like you would actually roll like a miniature ball at these like miniature pins. And there's those machines, I've looked them up. They're a fortune now because they're like Chicago Bowl-away lanes or whatever. And then I went in and looked at 2 Guys, and what they did is they wanted to have like arcade. They had men's, like it was like a department store, but it was almost like separate stores within a store versus just departments, like kind of a thing. So it was very interesting. Anyways, they're out of business. The whole idea failed. The 2 Guys are dead, and all that's left is the memories. Anyway, so
Merry Christmas to you. Tracy said, my dad woke me up every day to the Beatles, A Day in the Life, while tickling, get up, get out of bed, drag a comb across it.
Little did he know that's a drug reference.
And I went into a dream. Well, as long as they don't do as much drugs as Ann did last night. Please pray for Ann.
Yeah, remember the old Papagino's little jukebox on the booth?
Yes, Tracy has said, I miss Papagino's when they had little jukeboxes on the table. I miss that. I remember getting a Color Forms and playing with it at
a Papagino's.
At a Papagino's with my grandmother.
In the Worcester Center Galleria, there used to be, you park in the garage and go like over this glass.
I wonder what those cost. Color Forms.
I don't know. They were everywhere. Tom Terrific, Color Forms. Yeah.
What's Tom Terrific?
He was a character that looked like he was a Color Forms. He had a triangle hat. I think he was from the Captain Kangaroo
or something
like that. He was like
I had
Captain
all
Kangaroo.
Color Forms, and I had fashion plates. I love those fucking things. That's the thing about me as a kid and me as an adult is I get into something and I do it constantly until I'm bored of it.
Yeah, yes, you do. And
food,
men.
I am almost bored with you.
Yeah.
If you're interested, please hit me up.
Yeah.
Darlene had Snoopy Color Forms.
Yep.
You know what I had, and it's so stupid, but gem dolls. I love those fuckers.
I was
used to like to
college.
make outfits for my Barbie dolls. Arlene says I was just talking about color forms.
No
today.
kidding.
We're all connected.
Somebody has a thing online where you can get your photos turned into a ViewMaster. Remember the old ViewMaster thing? You turn everything in 3D. I totally want to do that because that would be the coolest thing.
Pictures of you and George playing pong.
Imagine if we did old school pictures. That would be amazing.
I'm so tired.
Well, it's almost 9 o'clock. You should go to bed.
Hang on.
Oh, we have a long one.
Tracy said, "Oh, he knew it was about truck driving. My dad played the drums and guitar, and he was into music. He passed his love down to me, but I cannot play an instrument worth a lick. I cannot either." Darlene is laughing.
She's either laughing or crying because of what happened to her nice friend, who's now taking cannabis to relieve pain, like a drug person.
I don't think Darlene uses cannabis. I would love to get baked with it, Darlene. Darlene, this is your invitation to come to Florida and do drugs. Mushrooms. I think. Mushrooms.
Oh my God, I would have to wrangle you guys.
Mushrooms have helped me so much, and I should be doing them more.
Well,
I really
ayahuasca helps you.
Right? Ayahuasca helps a ton, but it's a lot, and I think I process like little bits. It's like when I take mushrooms, it's like a charcuterie board, and I pick different things off of it, and I'm slowly picking things away at it. Whereas ayahuasca is like eating a whole cake, except then you puke. So
nice.
That's the fun part.
So Darlene says we should have color forms of all of us, which is, I think we should. Maybe we could do. Yeah, we could probably make those and have them.
Oh my God! Printed. Why don't we have the office
color forms?
Yeah, how funny would that
be? And Darlene wants to come down and take you up on your offer, apparently, because she said yes, I believe.
Yes.
Well, it maybe not have been that.
There's deals,
and Tracy has not ever done shrooms, and neither have I. I kind of worry where my crazy mind would go on that. I don't even know. I remember everything vividly as it is. Hence the trip to Grants when I was 4. Good God.
I don't have a lot of childhood memories, unfortunately. Or fortunately.
Well, you're probably blocking them out for the good of your sanity.
Just tell the people.
I'm telling the people
how much I love them, because I still have fucking clothes on, and the second the podcast is over, I rip this shit off.
I don't know if you heard that, but she says she loves you people so much she still has clothes on while she's swimming around. And because otherwise, as soon as this podcast is over, she naked. It's just her and the owls out here in nature.
You're gonna have to stay with me for a little while tonight.
Oh no, I'm going in.
I'm done. I need to do my half hour swimming. Well, I feel lonely and sad.
I'll make sure that you have company. I'll bring friend finder, adult friend finder over here or something.
I don't want an adult friend.
You don't want an adult friend? What do you want?
No, I don't want a child friend either.
You know what we'll get a seal or like something like that. And if you start falling to the bottom of the pool, they just kind of nose you out like a ball. Like, I
don't know about that. I just don't want that spider to come after me again.
The spider.
Oh, hello there. I feel like Kilroy. Somebody says,
and Tracy says same. I fear it would be down the rabbit hole like Alice in Wonderland.
It's really more like and first of all, you should it's like anything else, right? You've got to get the dosage right, and you should start really with a microdose and see how you handle it. For me, things seem bigger, and my feelings are slightly more intense, and then I feel like I opened the door to process some things that I have buried. So it just kind of opens me up in terms of my feelings. That's my experience. I think the dosage is a big part of it, and whether it's mushrooms or acid. I wouldn't recommend acid, although I've done it. Speaking of acid and drugs and shrooms, please show people that fucking string. It's the craziest thing.
I don't know if you can see this, but we had one of those games. It's called a tiki toss. It's a ring on a string, and you try to hook it on this hook. And anyways, the string broke. So the string was hanging from the ring, hanging from the hook. So I don't know if you can see this, but it looped itself. I'm trying to see if you guys, where is this? If you can see where the string is. I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying. There's a string. All right, there you can see it right there. The string goes down, then back up, and then back down. So it's hooked on it's hooked on a spider web. but that defies gravity right there. Hopefully you can enjoy that. It was the craziest thing. I came out, I'm like, and I knew exactly what had happened. But if somebody came in and saw a string hanging like Salvador Dali or something, it is messed up.
I have a story to tell.
Oh, Stacy has a story to tell. Let's all tune in.
I talked to Donna today.
Okay, we know Donna, yes.
God love her.
Yeah, we love Donna.
And she was telling me about how she has, and I believe in signs from people that we've lost. And so she was talking to me about how she'd asked she lost 2 sons, and her mom asked them all to communicate with her. And there was like a fire, and there was all of a sudden there was this big crack in the fire, and it totally freaked her out. And the other thing she was telling me about is that they were sending her all these shooting stars, and she was watching the meteor shower, but she felt like her loved ones were with her, which I thought was really sweet. So it was so funny though, because she's like, one of the shooting stars was so big, and it looked like it had a string behind it, like a giant tampon. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. I was dying.
I don't know how you compare something beautiful.
My boob is like out.
Mm-hmm.
So I should not be on camera. What are we doing with me?
Yeah, we should probably just knock this one on the head, as they say.
We have a little bit more to talk about.
What do we have to talk about?
I have a latex fetish.
Oh yeah. Stacy apparently has a latex fetish.
I just have one. I got it.
So you got one now, and so it's.
Well, remember, I was like, oh, I want to have sex with latex and like lube
and rubber gloves and things.
Sounds like it could be a good time.
All right.
There's people walking by.
Oh shit! We don't talk about Stacy's latex fetish. Hide, get down low. Interesting.
I wonder what they're talking about. Is it one person? Hang on.
Shh. Here they come.
Oh, it's 2 people and a dog.
It's like a couple walking their dog. I don't know why we're whispering anymore.
Tracy says, so like a huge slip and slide. That's my ass. My ass is like a huge slip and slide.
And Ann said it was funny with the ring string. I found out something interesting today. I found that apparently they discovered a 7th continent.
There's always been 7 continents.
Or an 8th continent. They found like another continent.
Oh, cool.
It's called like Zealand or something.
And we
like
have
that.
aliens too.
And also, I have to send this to my son because this is pretty amazing. If you go to Wink News down here in Fort Myers, and you click on this link, you can get a free Wink News rain gauge. So I sent it. I sent in for it today.
Oh my God, you are such a
and so
dork.
basically what they do.
Shipping?
No, it's free. And so anyways, so you get this thing, right? And then you put it out, and then you're supposed to take a picture and text it to the number on the rain gauge, so that they can kind of keep track of their viewers' rain, which I thought was pretty funny.
What are you gonna do? Blame it on the rain?
Blame it on the rain. That was interesting. I'm trying to think what else was interesting at all today.
Well, I went to the post office.
She went to the post office. She went to the post office.
There was like 2 black women working.
There's 2 black women working the post. Why don't you just come over here and tell the story?
There were 2 hot ass black women, 2 hot ass black men, 2 working there, 2 not. And it was just like super good vibes.
Darlene is leaning. She loves seeing us both, and always understand because she's going night night. So
okay.
and if we don't, she said good night.
Oh, good night, darling.
She said she loves seeing both of us.
We love you.
Go ahead. Back to your story.
So it was just like this really great vibe, and everybody was having fun, and I just really liked everybody at the post office. And the new post office is lovely, and they are hiring. If you are looking for a job, I know that's one of people's big complaints about Florida is the cost of living and not being able to find a job. And the post office is, believe it or not, it's actually a really good job. Like they make good money, they have pension, government job, like
yeah,
it's consistent. My boobs keep popping out. So post office, and then I went to Publix because I cooked lunch today. And by cooked lunch, I mean bought pub subs. I buy mine as a salad over spinach, which is basically like an antipasta, and then Doug makes me a little mayonnaise and mustard salad
with some avocado oil
dressing, a little avocado thin it out, and I use it as a salad dressing, and I toss my food in that.
I tossed your salad, baby.
And then tonight,
I have no idea what that means.
So he was just super busy all day, so I did that. And then when I went to Publix, a handsome young Hispanic man who must have been about 4 feet tall jumped out of this massive.
Racist.
No, he was like 4 feet tall.
Oh.
And he was a handsome young. Well, I don't know. He was not somebody I would be attracted to, but it had nothing to do with his nationality. He was just not someone I found attractive.
And he was not.
Well, it was really the way he was dressed and the fact that he was smoking. I found both of those things to be really unattractive. But he was wearing like a wife beater and jorts.
Jorts
So
are big down here, folks.
A very short man in a very large truck wearing jorts and a wife beater. Yeah. Who was bald and had a mustache, hit on me. Well, he didn't hit on me. He flirted with me in the Publix parking lot today. He said something, nice sunglasses. And I was like, oh, thank you. But then I realized I was putting my flip-flops on in the side of my Jeep because my Snooks are like, they have an ankle strap. So I have to like put them on. They're fake Snooks. And my tits were like hanging straight down in a tank top. It was like literally all you saw was titties. So,
well,
you're
welcome. You like your
sunglasses. To some people who like my sunglasses. And then we had the sprinklers. Oh, the sprinkler. I had to email the freaking rental company 3 times today.
Like
sprinklers are on.
Because what happens is sprinklers go up, something gets jammed in there, they can't close down, and then the next thing you know, you're watering the street, and then the town comes and gives you a ticket for $200.
Cape Coral is a goddamn HOA.
So yes, Stacy says she loves pub subs. She misses them. When my son Nolan was here, we split a buffalo chicken tender sub from Pub Subs, and it was fantastic. But today, no, I went ham and Swiss today on the low sodium ham, and it was absolutely delicious. And I tried to eat the whole thing, and I couldn't. I failed. But I got the white bread. I had the white, like the sub roll. It probably
would have been better to have a salad.
Probably would have been better to have a salad, but
or at least some vegetables on your sandwich.
What vegetables are you going to have in your sandwich?
I had.
What nutrition are you going to?
I had spinach. I had tomatoes. I had
that's a nightshade.
Peppers,
judging.
Cucumbers, 2 kinds of pickles, peppers. The only thing I didn't get was onions. Fuck onions. Oh, olives. I had olives.
Are olives a vegetable?
Yeah.
What the hell are those things?
I think they're a fatty vegetable, like avocado, but not.
I gotta look that up because people
are
need to
olives
know.
a vegetable?
Buffalo chicken is my favorite. Yeah, I don't know if you remember Christina Brunson. Christina Brunson and I were on the hunt for the perfect buffalo chicken calzone, and I think it was Old Railroad Cafe or one of those from the old office that we would like kind of drool over, and it was
chicken calzone. I think.
And so Christina is actually my my food buddy. So if like there's anything food that's like,
you know what I would eat
that
shit
amazing,
out of right now?
I have to text her.
What's the place that the wood coal-fired the Marsh?
The Marsh.
Coal-fired wings and cheese fries from the Marsh.
Yeah. Coal-fired
blueberry
wings.
cheesecake. Oh my god.
From the Marsh and Marsh Vegas, Marshfield, were good. But they were kind of comfort food for us, right? Every once in a while we'd have to get that.
Not healthy.
But yeah, there's certain restaurants that I miss in Massachusetts.
They also had a buffalo cauliflower that was really good, which we should start making that. Buffalo cauliflower?
Sure. Buffalo cauliflower.
Vegetable.
So I think I am. Oh, they're a fruit. Tracy says, "Of course." She comes up with the
for fucking lunch one day.
We could, sure. So restaurants, like there's certain times I want a Goldfinger pizza from the South Shore. Anywhere, Goldfinger pizza would be Goldfinger pizza, or just Golden Fingers from
You're gonna be home
from
so
TK's.
you could get them if you wanted to.
I could. I shoot down there.
Oh my god, can you bring me some home?
I can't bring Goldfingers home. My friend Court, he lives in the Netherlands, so his buddy said, "Oh, bring me back," because he was going back home to the Netherlands, and his buddy said, "Bring me back some Dunkin' Donuts." And so he went at the airport. He went to Dunkin' Donuts, got a dozen, carefully like kept these donuts on his lap to make sure that they made the flight, which is like a 7-hour flight or whatever, to make it back to the Netherlands with the Dunkin' Donuts from Massachusetts. And he gets to Amsterdam airport, and he looks over, he gets off the plane, a Dunkin' Donuts.
You know what I want you to do, though? This is what I want you to do.
What do you want me to do?
I want food from home so badly.
Yeah.
That you remember that scene in Pulp Fiction where Christopher Walken brings back the watch from war?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to bring Goldfinger
and lived in a fucking Viet Cong prison camp with it up his ass just to bring it home. That's what I want you to do to bring me.
We're gonna. I don't think you can overnight a Goldfinger pizza and still eat it, like because it's gonna stay in some warehouse down here in Florida. It was 95 degrees here, folks, today.
If it was cold up there, it might work, like in January. Or something.
I don't know. Well, you can get like a half baked or something. You know, like you could probably do it, or just get the goddamn recipe. I could probably get close.
Well, didn't you learn how to make Goldfingers at one point?
Well, there's contradictory recipes out there. Some people say it's half honey mustard, half buffalo, and some people say it's half barbecue or a third barbecue, a third buffalo, and a third honey mustard. So either way, you're getting pretty close. What do you want? I will ship it on. No, you're not shipping anything, young lady.
We still haven't finished the lemon pound cake.
Yeah, we gotta make. Yeah, actually gotta make that. I'll eat that whole thing.
How many bags of salt came?
Bless you. How many bags of salt came today?
You had
6.
your last cheat day for a long time today, my friend.
What are you talking about? I don't. All I know is that you should come over here and do a gratitude because people don't want to listen to me talk about. She says, "Bless you," by the way. TKs and chowder.
Why don't they want to hear you talk about TKs and chowder?
I don't know.
Are you talking about my latex fetish?
No, nobody wants to hear about that either.
That's not true. I had some notes.
You had some notes. All right, well, read your notes.
Tracy said, "Bless you." That was very sweet of her. What do you want? I will ship it on ice. Oh, I'm the nicest friends ever. Tracy, you're crazy. Thank you.
She wouldn't let me get Moxie the other day.
No, he's had enough junk food for the rest of his life. Although I just saw today that you can, at the Key West Key Lime Pie Company, you can make your own key lime pie as a class. And I want to do that. I thought something was really interesting today is that my friend who's a mobile chiropractor does a really interesting price structure that I thought was fucking genius. I don't know how to be on camera and have you be on camera.
Go over there.
Why is it backwards? That's weird. Anyway, what she does is it's like a tiered pricing. So what she does is basically rewards her clients for loyalty. So when the first time she goes out, she helps people to get introduced to chiropractic. So the first time she goes out, she just charges her regular office visit fee. And she doesn't charge a travel fee because she's a mobile chiropractor.
That's her call.
And the second time she sees you, she charges you a half an appointment fee.
A half a click.
So that you will go on to get chiropractic treatment. You're already starting to understand
and
see the benefits of chiropractic.
Model.
Yeah. And then the third time she charges you, both. And then of course, if you have like, say your whole family goes, or if it's at your office, like she only charges one travel fee. She's just looking to break even on the travel fee and she wants to be able to serve as many people as possible. And I thought it was really genius. And she's a good friend of mine, but she's also a brilliant woman and she really knows her natural health stuff.
But her math was off today.
Well, she was trying to figure out how much. I said, how many patients do you need to see, to feel like your business? Because she's restarted her business. I said, how many clients do you need to see to meet your business goals? And she's already there. And it's been less than a year. So, talk about entrepreneurship. I mean, this chick is just a badass. I mean, she was a chiropractor licensed in Massachusetts and moved her business to Florida. And took it mobile, moved away from an insurance business model because the insurance companies are a nightmare to deal with, and it was made it so that she could bring low cost quality care to everybody, regardless of their insurance status, which a lot of people don't have insurance these days. And even if they do, their chiropractic benefit for insurance is usually on the lower end, although your benefit will surprise you because even if you have Medicare, you're entitled to 12 visits a year. And you think chiropractic is just for like if you have a bad back or whatever. I had allergies, and this was before I even knew Christina. I had allergies so bad. They'd put me on 2 rounds of steroids. They didn't do anything. They tried everything that they could think of. And I went for one chiropractic visit and it got rid of the allergies. It was absolutely crazy. So I highly recommend chiropractic. Like I said, my good friend Christina, who owns Vitamin C Chiropractic, uses a activator.
Piezo.
What's it called? I don't know. It's a proformer.
I don't know.
Pro adjuster. It's a pro adjuster. She also is a distributor for standard process supplements, which I highly recommend.
And we love her.
I'm personally taking their Easy Mag and their Turmeric Forte, their Fencho.
Fencho.
Their
I don't know what Fencho is.
Fencho is the one that helps you poop, and then there's Antranex, which I hate taking, but it's excellent for allergies. And then the final one is Thymex, which is for lymphatic drainage. So, yeah. Trace said, tell her to reach out to see if she can advertise at oncology offices. I know so many cancer patients and staff who could benefit from chiropractic. She's worked on partnerships with local businesses, and I don't know that she's done tried to do partnerships with
informative.
traditional
I wouldn't
medicine.
think that cancer patients and chiropractic.
No, I mean, because anybody can benefit from anyone can benefit from chiropractic, particularly people with chronic illnesses or who are fighting diseases. I don't know how close she likes to get to Western medicine or how close they want to get to her, if that makes any sense, because often there's there's different, when you have a different approach, there can be conflict. And it's, I think like a lot of particularly oncologists come with the idea of, well, if it makes you feel better, but it's all in your head about alternative medicine. And I know the opposite to be true.
Chiropractic is not alternative medicine.
It is considered alternative medicine.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, and also you have to keep in mind that chiropractors don't just adjust your back. I mean, they're generally, they're talking to you about holistic, the holistic health, meaning, what are you doing in terms of diet, supplementation, and, all that, the stuff that actually works, as opposed to putting a Band-Aid on your problem and only making it worse, like a bunch of pharmaceuticals. That is not the voice of Christina at all. That is my own opinion. But I do believe that I've been helped more than from her than I have from pretty much all of the Western clinicians combined. And so which is kind of an insult to her because she's fantastic and they fucking suck. Tracy says that's actually awesome. And she says, we already said that. And she said it makes a lot of sense. And there's something about when they adjust you, it gets your spinal fluid flowing properly. And if you have scoliosis like I do, I have minor scoliosis, not like my poor friend Dave, who is like an erector set. But it impacts things. And even like little things like how your bones sit in your face. Mm-hmm. Actually, I had cranial sacral, where they basically adjust the bones in your head because you have 4 bones that move. And I found that to be incredibly helpful. It's just not in the budget right now. Acupuncture is also helpful. Colonics are helpful. Ozone are helpful. But
I would like to do and have some energy work IVs. Done. I would like energy work.
Oh, I'd like to have some. Well, you can do energy work online, believe it or not, and it's free. They have it on TikTok. I did some today. But I'd like to do some energy work. I'd like to do some IV therapies. Oh, lymphatic drainage. I would do anything for lymphatic drainage.
You want me to hang you upside down and saw you in half with a hacksaw?
Yes, please. Okay. Yes, please.
That was a movie, if you're paying attention.
It's called...
I don't actually want to saw my wife in half.
It's called The Terrifier. I highly recommend it.
No.
I watched The Terrifier too, but I have not had time yet, and I really wish somebody would watch it. Trace says Reiki. Yes, Reiki's excellent. And there's actually people that do live Reiki on TikTok, and it sounds stupid, but it works. It's so weird. I don't know how to describe it, but I have personally seen benefits from it. I don't know how I'm going to swim for a half hour.
I don't know either. I don't know how I'm getting out of this bird and getting in the house.
Why?
I've been having a hard time getting out of the bird because the bird needs air. And so
why don't you put the bird in the air or use a different bird? There's 5 of them.
They're all at about the same level of birdness.
Well, why don't you put some birdness in the birdness? We need to hang out the rest of the lights. And
Tracy just told you what to do.
Go to bed.
Go to bed, young lady.
You need to hang the rest of the lights.
I'm not hanging anything until we find out if we're staying.
We're in a holding pattern.
Holding pattern. Anyways, I'm grateful. I had a great chat with somebody that potentially could hire me, and it's something I was very qualified for. So at a good high level, which would be good in the organization. So I think it can help them a lot. And or what I said in the meeting, it could add a lot of value here. See, I'm adding value. So anyways, so that was good. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. My friend George called me. I couldn't talk to him because I was on a call, and I told him I was very important. And the other thing was I was grateful that I was not in Massachusetts today because apparently it was cold and rainy today, or chilly and rainy, from what I heard. But it's going to be a beautiful, 100% perfect weekend. So that's that is good for you folks up there. Anyways, grateful for my wife taking charge of lunch, and I'm grateful for my wife anyways for taking charge of a lot of things, and I just have to make sure she doesn't drown in the pool, basically.
I'm supposed to do my gratitude.
Now you can do your gratitude.
Okay, I am grateful for the amazing sense of community I felt at the post office today, which I know sounds stupid, but I am. I'm grateful that I was able to make it a nice gift for my friend Dave. I hope he appreciates it. I am grateful for the man and the wife beater, the small man and wife beater at Publix who kind of hit on me, made my day.
Is he like the man of the canoe?
No, well, kind of, yes, but that's a whole other story. I'm grateful I was able to make lunch and make dinner by buying food. So we had Publix for lunch and we ordered takeout for dinner. But yeah, our life is crazy. And then I'm grateful that that I seem to have found a good combination of things that are working for me. I'm grateful. How do I it should always be my first thing, and I try to save the best for last, but I always forget. I'm so thankful for the people that support the podcast. Thank you so much. I am thankful for people who, really want to help people to heal, be it emotional, physical trauma, they genuinely care as opposed to fake caring or, I don't know, just trying to make money off of the people that are their weakest. So I'm thankful for those good people.
I'm thankful for that owl that he didn't come busting through the screen.
I am always thankful for all of our Florida wildlife. I go crazy for it, be it a lizard or even a snake. I fucking like them. And even the crazy ass brown widows, which I didn't even know was a thing. So I love Florida animals, and I'm super excited about you doing the song competition. So let's see what Anne says. Love you guys. That's awesome news, Doug. Tracy says, I'm thankful for your knowledge. I'm grateful for new opportunities, and I'm grateful for the community built here. Yay! Yeah, on that note, that was beautiful.
The community. And I wasn't even French tonight.
You should have some sort of... Oh, God! I almost forgot. Don't forget to check out Ranadon's the spot speaker that they've created. It's absolutely amazing. There it is, ranadon.com, and
as opposed to ramalamadingdong.com, which is a completely different site.
You've got to check out their model RN86. They maybe need a little bit of work on the marketing. It's something he's working on, and we're certainly trying our best to give him a hand with that. But it's a really great product. I would definitely cheat the speaker away where you're not seeing their brand. We've talked about removing it for future developments that he does, or also changing the brand or being able to do white label branding on it. It's a really meaty speaker, and we really think it's a great product, and will be a great gift or whatever. And he's a guy who's I can't remember if he's Canadian or if he's French, but he lives in Massachusetts, and he's designed this product. It's his first product launch, so let's try to support them if you can, or if you're so inclined, because I think it's it's almost as good as like a Beats speaker, but not nearly. It's a quarter of the price, and it's, I think, a much better aesthetic. And I mean,
how many times have you tried to get your phone to go louder?
All the time.
Do you know what I mean? So you just want a little bit.
And sure, you can put your phone in a bowl that will make it louder, but the sound quality is going to suck.
Yeah,
the sound quality in this is actually really good.
That would, if I was going to insult something, I would say, yeah, it sounds like you put a phone in a bowl.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
So we love you guys.
And we are looking forward to
no podcast Friday night, but I will try to go live stream. Assuming that they don't take my phone away from me because I've been a bad girl or something.
They might.
It makes me sad that that's not online at all.
No, I think it's hoity-toity. The hoity-toity things aren't online.
I was talking to Jen today, my hottest neighbor, and I was like, oh my God, please, because it's like music night. They have music strolls there or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's like, this might be outside. I'm like, no.
There's a rooftop lounge after like the whole thing, which is obviously on the roof. There's a sculpture garden, and they have music and things like that. So
that's fancy, but I want to be inside as much as humanly possible, so I don't faint. That would be bad. I'm going to be there no matter what it takes. I would love it if anybody wanted to come, but I will be there no matter what it takes. You may have to drive.
I don't expect anybody to fly down here from parts unknown.
No, but we do have a few people down here. It would be nice if somebody could make it, but
indeed. Anyways, I am grateful for this time that we all have together.
Okay.
And that's my last gratefulness. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to do my crossword puzzle because I deserved it today because I was a good boy and whatever I did. And
you worked very, very hard today.
You know what I do after the podcast? You guys are I go in, I get out of my wet bathing suit and I sit down, some little oat milk. I do my crossword machine.
And you also take a warm shower.
Sometimes, yeah, I'll do that just to get. Well, I'm not really cold, but I do want to get the chlorine and stuff off.
So and Tracy says has the best time Friday night. Knock, I'm dead. He will have the best time Friday night. And as you may have noticed, was tonight 95? 95. So tomorrow is 96.
Big 100.
97 is Thursday. 98 is Monday. 99 is Tuesday.
Our guest will be Betty White, Abe Vigoda.
Donna says she love you. It just came on night. Yeah, we're going to bed. I did mention you, Donna. I'm so sorry. I was so high today, and I love you so much. And I talked about how much I love you today.
She was very high today talking to you, Donna. It was not. I was like, I don't know what Donna's going to.
And I got in trouble for talking about nuts too much.
Oh my God! I was trying to be on a conference call for a work thing, and it was like, butt plug this and dicks that and whatever. Yeah, it was funny.
We had a whole deep conversation and then we moved on to butt plugs and dicks. Anyway, love you. Talk to you soon. Have a good night, everybody. Donna said she loved it.